Hey guys, so many of you have been asking me to make a video on my thoughts on the Killing Joke movie. Well, ask and ye shall receive. Eventually. Sorry for the delay in this video, but I hope it's better late than never. First, I want to get some big picture thoughts out of the way. 1. The animation in this movie was kind of disappointing to me. I think it might be partly because the production of the whole movie was kind of rushed, but it just didn't meet the standard that I usually expect from DC animation. 2. The voice acting was amazing. I am always a sucker for Kevin Conroy as Batman and Mark Hamill as the Joker. And 3, this movie felt very disjointed, which is what I wanted to primarily talk about today. The animated Killing Joke movie came to us in 3 parts. First was the actual Killing Joke story, then there was the decent Batgirl Prequel, and the huge mistake. So let's look at all of these parts individually. DC has always been pretty good about adapting pre-existing storylines into animated movies. You can look for proof no further than Under the Red Hood or Flashpoint. Now, the only time this isn't true is when a story doesn't naturally adapt into a film well. Comic book stories that are structured linearly and can stand on their own are really easy to adapt to a film. This is not the case with The Killing Joke. The Killing Joke requires a lot of external understanding for the story to make sense. You have to know about Batman's morality, the Joker's character motivation, Batman's relationship to Batgirl and Jim Gordon's view on morality and law and order. A storyteller can provide these external details in sort of a crash course manner, but if these details are sloppily or incorrectly added, the story suffers, and that's what I feel like really affected the Killing Joke part of this movie. Next, you have the Batgirl Prequel. Now, this part of the story is supposed to serve 2 purposes. One was to remind audiences about who Batgirl is and to remember that you're supposed to care about her in this story. And the second was to create a foil. Now, I think the second part of this actually worked better than the first, and I'll explain why. So the foil relationship between Batgirl and Paris, France, and Batman and the Joker worked really well because the relationships were very similar, which served to highlight the difference there, which is kind of summed up in Batgirl's Abyss speech. Like, the Batman got too tied up and the Batgirl didn't. Now, the reason the first part didn't work as well is because there was kind of a mischaracterization of Batgirl as we know her. So it really didn't work as well, and it didn't come across well, and you ended up not caring about Batgirl, but kind of being annoyed by her or put off by her. Lastly, you have the mistake. This is the scene that my friends and I refer to as the "oh, please God, no, why" scene. The scene that caused a theater full of DC fans to cringe and shift uncomfortably in their seats. Of course, I'm referring to the rooftop bat sex scene. This scene made me so uncomfortable and I hated it so much. There's better ways to show that Batman cares about Batgirl, suffice to say. All I'm gonna say about this is that it just shouldn't have been in the movie, and I'm gonna leave it at that because personally I like to just pretend it didn't happen. So in summary, I was really looking forward to this movie and I ended up being pretty disappointed by it, but such is life. Let me know if you agree or disagree with me in the comments below. You should really check us out and follow us on our social media. All of the links are in the description below. I will see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.